Travelers' tastes have much evolved during the last decades. If half a century ago, going on holiday meant lying on a beach or relaxing by the pool, there are nowadays different types of vacations. As the contemporary globetrotters tend to explore the world more thoroughly, local authorities responded promptly, suggesting them pre-established itineraries they can drive along. This way, tourists succeed to make the most of a week, just a couple of days spent in a certain area. Here are the most impressive routes you can take in order to discover Europe's nature, but also its historical and cultural heritage. 10 most scenic drives in Europe. Add to your bucket list. 1. Romantische Straße, Germany. Romantische Straße, Germany. Built in the 50s, during Germany's reconstruction after the collapse of the Third Reich, the Romantic Road became over time a legendary road. Winding through the beautiful scenery of the German countryside, dotted by medieval villages and Baroque castles, it is an item on many travelers' bucket list. They take this opportunity to visit the Wurzburg residence and the Fortress Marienburg, to taste some of the best wines at the local festival, to discover the charm of medieval Bavaria in Rothenburg ob der Tauber, and to admire the amazing natural settings of Neuschwanstein, Hohenzollern, and Schwerin castles. 2. Großglockner Hohenalpenstraße, Austria. This impressive route, whose name takes after the highest peak of the Austrian Alps, Großglockner, 3,798 meters, passes through tunnels, twists among flowering meadows, green prairies, wooden mountainsides and bare cliffs, before it sinuously climbs up to the clouds and to the eternally frozen world. Starting in Obersnasfeld and ending in Franz Josef Schoe, from where you can get a panoramic view of the Pastors Glacier, this road, whose historical traces go thousands of years back, takes you by numerous landmarks such as the Fuca Chapel, an observation tower dedicated to the greatest Austrian optician Daniel Swarovski, and Nature's Museum free entrance, which displays an impressive collection of splendid minerals, species of plants, birds and animals that live in this natural reserve, which meets all the requirements of modern ecology. 3. Les Corniches, France. The 3 scenic routes start in Nice and going up to the heavenly Monaco and to the Baroque Mentone. They go along the same itinerary, at different altitude levels. The Low Corniche, La Basse Corniche, is the perfect choice for those who want to discover quaint fishing villages like Villa Francesoma or a charming medieval eagle's nest like Es. The Middle Corniche, La Moyenne Corniche, however, displays the most picturesque panoramic views over the resorts that dot the French Riviera's coastline. Although more difficult to spot, the Upper Corniche, La Haute Corniche, is worth discovering for its historical value as well as for its great views over Monaco. If you want a more comprehensive perspective on the French southern part, start your journey in line and visit a few charming cities like Aix-en-Provence, Marseille and Avignon on the way to the Riviera. 4. Atlanta Havsfjord, Norway. One of the few man-made constructions that succeeded to emphasize natural beauty rather than destroy the environment, the Atlantic Road is a part of the RV64 national road that connects the Norwegian towns Ida and Averøy. Built in 1989 and toll-free since 1999, this route is a popular tourist attraction, especially during windy weather conditions, when people come here to a unique show provided by strong waves sweeping the road. The highest of the 8 bridges spanning this 8 kilometers long route, Storsøysundet, has a dramatic and majestic air. The road makes a surprising curve that gives an artistic look to the entire construction. Connecting several small islands, the Atlantic Road is a great way to admire the Norwegian fjords and the spectacular scenery of mountains coming out of the sea. 5. The Route des Grandes Alpes, France. One of the first tourist routes built in France, the High Alps route is the result of a tight collaboration between the country's authorities and the French automobile enthusiasts. In 1909, at a time when the car was just beginning to become an important means of locomotion, Touring Club came with the idea of building a road that would connect all the Alpine passes. Indeed, this spectacular drive takes you through 4 national parks: Vanoise, Écrins, and Mercantour, and 16 mountain passes, the highest of which is Érin, being situated at an altitude of 2,764 meters. Following the winding road from the shores of Geneva Lake to the Mediterranean Sea, you'll discover mountainous landscapes, magnificent valleys, authentic cultural features and delicious local dishes. A mountainous road connecting two Norwegian towns, Andels and Valdalen, whose construction lasted 8 years. The Trolls route was inaugurated in 1936. Ever since, it has been a popular tourist destination with people of all ages and of all nations. Thousands of vehicles feel every day the adrenaline level racing in the veins because of the serpentines this narrow road has. The road's curves, its steep inclination are not the only factors of risk. The winding route is surrounded by impressive mountains with royal names Dronning and Queen, Kong and King and Bisp and Bishop. It passes over magnificent waterfalls such as Stigfossen, whose waters rush down from a height of 320 meters, 7. Transfăgurășan, Romania. A project that illustrates the power of the communist regime. Transfăgurășan is a road that crosses the highest Romanian mountains, the Făgăraș, linking two distinct regions of the country. Built on a military purpose, it is nowadays a tourist route popular with the locals as well as with foreigners who try to discover the mysteries of Dracula's country. Indeed, Transfăgurășan is the way that leads towards Poianari Fortress, the main residence of the Transylvanian ruler that gave birth to so many myths and legends. Besides vampire stories readers, Transfăgurășan is also crossed by all those who want to see some snow in the torrid days of August, by bungee jumping enthusiasts, by skiers and mountain bikers, as well as by those who appreciate the savage Carpathian landscapes. 8. Ring of Kerry, Ireland. A popular tourist circuit, the 200 kilometers long Ring of Kerry leads its visitors on a fascinating trip around the Evora Peninsula. Drawing a circle between steep mountain slopes, sneaking through magnificent valleys, crossing countless rivers and lakes, passing by sandy beaches and cliffy coastlines, Ring of Kerry allows you to discover much more than the breathtaking beauty of the Emerald Isle. Sneem is a pretty village with colorful houses, ideal for a stopover. The 6 recently renovated thatch-roofed houses of Bog Village represent a unique tourist attraction. The whole route is dotted with historical Diogam stones, next to Beaufort Ross Castle, and religious the stone circles, near Killarney O'Connell Memorial Church, in Cathersiveen landmarks, as well as with outstanding natural beauty is the Blue Pool Nature Reserve, Torque Waterfall, Scullig Michael, the lakes of Killarney, the Ross Bay Beach. 9. Costiera Amalfitana, Italy. A picturesque drive that goes along the seashore, winding among small fishing villages and historical towns. Amalfi Coast was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1997. This region of southern Italy is the perfect holiday destination for all those who dreams of spending some time in a corner of paradise, where the mountain merges with the sea, where the climate is mild, where silence is the only source of stress, where the architecture has been preserved for centuries, where fishermen and millionaires enjoy a common privilege, the simply perfect landscape. This scenic route connects 13 towns situated so close to one another that they cannot be treated separately. However, they all bring their share of charm to make Amalfi Coast one of the most popular holiday destinations in Italy. Amalfi, the main harbour of the former maritime republic Vitry sul Mare, famous for its ceramics craftsmanship, Conca dei Marini, with its emerald cave Satara, a fish lover's paradise Prerano, a former royal residence Mairi, with its medieval castle, the musical town of Ravello Minori, with its Roman ruins, the charmingly medieval Atrani Scala and its surrounding tropical forests Furori, famous for its tiny fjord Positano and its piezetas, the luxurious Tremonti. 10. Ruta de los Pueblos Blancos, Spain. Winding among the Sierra de Cádiz mountains and crossing the Sierra de Grazalema Natural Park, the White Villages route is a popular tourist destination. Perched on a high cliff overlooking the river Guadalete, Arcos de la Frontera is one of the most beautiful villages in Andalusia, Spain. Its center, declared a monument of historical and artistic importance, displays a typically Andalusian architecture. Strolling through maze of whitewashed streets, you'll discover places of unimaginable beauty, while a visit to the Moorish castle will provide you with an insight on the Arab heritage of the whole area. This Spanish region is worth spending here a few days exploring the numerous Roman ruins as well as the interesting national parks. You like our collection of some most scenic drives in Europe? You may also like